大家好，我是于天。在接下来的几期视频里，我会上传我对瑞典当地人的一些采访，带大家从他们的视角去了解本次疫情对瑞典社会的影响，对个人生活的影响。今天我要采访的对象名叫 Richard， 他是在瑞典第3大城市马尔默的公共管理部门做建筑设计的。那么接下来就让我们一起来听听看他对本次疫情的一些看法。Hi, Richard. Thank you very much for your time.And for joining this interview, can you tell us a little bit about the situation now in Sweden?
Right now it's very fast spread especially in the Stockholm area of Sweden. Other parts of Sweden, there is a slow spread of the virus. I suppose in 1 or 2 weeks we will also get in this part of the country a much higher load of virus infected and deaths.
Can you tell us how your life and your work is affected by the virus?
Yeah, it has a huge impact, especially socially. I avoid social contacts almost entirely. I do have to travel to work, but not every day. I also have kids, and they don't. Not all of them live at home, and you cannot visit, and they cannot visit you. And
how people around you react to the virus? Do you think now people are in panic, or they're quite calm?
Well, some people are panicking, and some people are downplaying and saying this is no problem. I think it's important to try to find a balanced way to look at the issue. I mean, of course, panicking is not going to help you because, I mean, some people just think that they can sit this out in like an apartment for 4 months. I mean, it's just not going to work. I mean, for a whole society, and that's too much panic. And some people are like want to live their life like every day normally, and that's too little panic. I mean, it's a serious problem, and you need to assess. I mean, there's, of course, you should be afraid. There's an amount of fear, but you have to like deal with that in some sense, some kind of balanced way. If you try to panic too much, then you probably get a reaction, and then you like do stupid things, or if you don't care much at all. I mean, that's very irresponsible.
What do you think about the government's strategy currently?
Yeah, that's a very difficult position, since Sweden has chosen a slightly different strategy with less lockdown and more gradually restricting people than immediately making a very heavy restriction. I think a gradual acceptance is needed if you would try a very immediate lockdown. I mean, the problem is, what are you going to do when you need to open up again? If you would have a very strong lockdown and shutting down everything, I mean, what is your option? What's your next option? At what point are you going to say, now we go back to normal, or we go back to, I don't know. Even the experts, they have different opinions, and I'm not an expert. So what to say about that? It's very difficult. I mean, I don't think any government strategy can like give you all the answers. I mean, for what you need to do yourself, you have to think about your immediate surroundings and have contact with your employer, and if you have a business, and how you're going to like adjust to this in different ways. There is government cannot just write everything down for you how to react. So trying to deal with that is a big thing. Trying to have an opinion on the general strategy, it's kind of like avoiding the real problems which you have to face in your everyday life. No, I don't feel safe. I feel in general a very high level of tension, trying to think about everything that could be a possible risks and how to minimize the risks in general, and change my behavior and change my work pattern to work much more on Teams and Skype and this like using the digital workplace. That's actually good. It's cross your fingers that mostly about that your friends and family will not get any serious harm. I think that's the absolute priority, and then of course in general to limit the spread and effect on the public and the health and the deaths, of course. And then after you through those two, then you think about the economy and I mean the risk of unemployment and in the long term for myself and for my family. I mean, my oldest kids is looking for a job, and how's she going to support herself, and maybe other people in the family connections will get unemployed, and there will be a depression. Maybe the housing market will collapse. I mean, all of those questions come next in the future. That we'll have to deal with that for maybe 5 or 10 years. I mean, once we get through the first, it's the harm and the health, of course. But after that, if we manage to go through it, it's maybe 5 or 10 years before you can get back to an economy which is like more sustainable.
Thank you very much, Richard, and thank you for sharing your opinion.
这就是这期视频的全部内容，谢谢你的观看。如果你喜欢我的视频，别忘了订阅我的频道。那我们下期再见。